Training is really important. We all know that. We need our dogs to be able to do stuff, right? And that's what every video says. But there is something that is even more important than training, and that is searching. Every dog, no matter what breed, what size, what age, what problem, so even puppies, senior dogs, fearful dogs, aggressive dogs, leash reactive dogs, every single dog needs some kind of search in his or her life. And first we will look at why this is so important, and then I will show you 2 very easy introductions to searching you can do with your dog. So stick around. But why is it so important? Well, first of all, it boosts or introduces self-efficacy. So the dogs learn that their actions actually can influence their environment. Not only the objects in their environment, but also the people they're living with. And that is something that builds trust enormously, not only in themselves, but also in the environment, right? Because if you constantly feel like you have no control over what's happening to you and what people do to you, that has to build fear, right? But if you practice self-efficacy and you learn that you can actually change things around you, and whatever you do, things will react to you and change according to your actions, it can help a lot. It also helps with being able to cope with frustration. So whenever our dogs want to do something and they can't because they're on leash or because they're restricted in some kind of way, and our dogs are constantly restricted in some kind of way, it builds frustration. And so many dogs are not able to cope with frustration. But if you introduce self-efficacy in other areas of their lives, frustration becomes more bearable in the situations we need it, right? It also helps with home alone training, because if the dogs are not that dependent on us, it's easier for them to stay home alone. And of course, as we said, it helps with fear. What searching also does for our dogs and ourselves is it builds trust, because we're doing stuff together and our dogs learn that they can actually trust in what we do. So if we tell them to search, there will be something they can find. And it's nicely trained, so they can trust in us being there for them and not punishing them, correcting them, or anything like that, right? Also, we are fulfilling a very important need of theirs. Dogs are nose animals, and evolution has made them into animals that scavenge whenever they can, right? They like doing that. And with searching, we can provide them with those scavenging activities that they don't necessarily get in normal life, right? Still, we can give them on our walks opportunities to show scavenging if that's something you want to allow or is okay in your area. But with searches, we can actually control what they are scavenging, right? And that gives us a better feeling about this activity. Now, you can teach your dog to search food. And whenever you say search or whatever keyword you want to pick, your dog will always search food. And this is how you can teach him. Or you can teach your dog to search for whatever you show him first. And that can be a smell. It can also be an object. So either show your dog something to smell or show your dog the object you want him to find. Of course, he can smell that too, right? And then you let him search, like this. Huh? You see, for both of these options, at first we let them watch because it's easier for them to connect our word with what they're doing when they are actually seeing the thing they're finding. But then very quickly we switch to them searching and not seeing what they search first. And that's when it starts to become more tricky. It starts to push them a little bit and it gives them success. And that success, again, works against fear wonderfully. And if you want to learn more about how you can entertain your dog in summertime, especially, and again, especially for fearful and aggressive dogs, watch this video.